So ChatGTP has been around for quite a few months, and essentially what you find with ChatGTP is to get the best out of it, you have to be able to query it correctly. And these queries are called prompts. The more information you have about what you want to ask ChatGTP and the more concise you actually are able to put in the prompt, the better the output from ChatGTP. A lot of people believe ChatGPT is a silver bullet, and to an extent it is, but it's only as good as the information you feed it with or the prompt you give it, and this means that you will get a better quality of response and a deeper understanding of or a deeper array, let me use that, or a deeper set of answers back from ChatGTP. But to do this, the kind of prompts or the kind of questions you ask ChatGTP have to be as close to what you're looking for and to give it as much information as you require. This is all well and good if you have, or if you are a or an expert in the area in which you are actually looking into. Oftentimes, many of us are not. And so as a result of that, what you want to do to optimize this process is you want to find a way to create prompts that will be useful and specific to what you're looking at. So in comes this particular piece of software, or this particular AIPRM. It's a plug. It's a, well, should I call it a plugin? Well, it's one that it's an extension you put on Chrome. Plugins are for WordPress, but it's an extension you put on Chrome. It's totally free. And what the great thing about this is that it mimics what you have in another fantastic AI writer called Jasper. Jasper is a software I also subscribe to. It came before. It's been around for I think a year and a half or 2 years or something like that, and it's not free. You have to pay for it. But what they have in Jasper is something called recipes, and recipes simply are a method by which you can query the AI platform. Now, this is very similar to what you get in Jasper. It's not as robust. It doesn't have as many different angles to it, but make no mistake, as long as this is on the market and people continue to add to the database of on the methodology, and that methodology is vetted, which is actually done by the guys at AIPRM, what you're going to get is that you're going to get a huge spectrum of different methods by which you can query ChatGPT quickly and more concisely. So on here you can see that these are the public prompts, and public prompts have different categories. You have copywriting, DevOps, generative AI, SEO, software applications, and and just to start with, and I believe there'll be more coming through. You can also query by activity: accounting, call to action, games, improv. So you see this is a lot longer. Writing, that's a good one for those of you who are authors. And then you have top views, top votes, and latest updates. You can also search in here if there's anything specific that you're looking for that is not on there. And what the team do is that when you create a public prompt, you submit it and it's vetted, and they'll go and have a look to see whether it's what already exists or whether it'll be a good one. You can also have your own prompts. I have nothing there because I've not created a prompt, but if I was going to create a prompt, I'll just click on this, and if I was going to be writing something, or if I was going to be making a particular list of things, and I can use that prompt over and over again. So that's the first tool I think that will be particularly useful to you. Bear in mind that all these tools, I'm going to put a link down below. The second is actually a prompt generator, and it's this one particularly, and it's called Hugging Face. This is not the specific one I was going to look at. Let me just go to this. Yes, this is it. Hugging Face. And as you can see, it's a ChatGPT prompt generator. And what you want to do with this is you can put in a single word. For example, there's an instance here where they put in photographer, and what this will do is create a prompt for you that will actually go and utilize the features, because it understands it's based on a very similar methodology by which the script of the ChatGPT AI was written in. It'll go and it'll query the platform in a way in which the platform specifically understands, and will give you specific results, or results which are much closer to what you require. So it takes a while. You can see it's processing. It is the time it takes to process is normally pretty quick depending on the time of the day. I think if a number of people are using it, then it takes a lot longer. But this is the idea behind this prompt generator. So these two areas, creating prompts and also your workflow. Now for your workflow specifically, sometimes it's finished. I want you to act as a photographer. I will provide you with images and you will create captions for them. My first request is I need help creating a photo book. So you can change some of these aspects. Normally what I do is I leave the first aspect. I want you to act as a photographer. So the AI knows what I'm requesting of it. And then instead of saying I'll provide you with images, you can say I want you to inform me about 5 of the best images and how to take them. I mean, if you know, or how to create them in black and white or something of that nature. You can really put very many things in there. You can chop and change, and you can utilize as you want. So if I take this actually aspect of it, and I come here and I come to ChatGPT, I'll just go to create a new chart. I'm not utilizing any of these frameworks or any of these. I'll just put that in here, any of the things in there. Let's see what it brings up. It says there's an error code. Okay, let's see what I've got wrong here. 1 second. Okay, let's see. So certainly here are a few options for your image. Capturing memoirs that will, so what it's telling me now is for a photo book, these are the kind of images that it feels that I will be able to utilize. So capturing memories that will last a lifetime. Let me help you create a beautiful photo book that tells you your story, from weddings to family vacations. So these are ideas for a photo book that you can create as a photographer, and how you can present these images to your target audience. Now, the workflow. I told you there are 2 aspects of this. One is the workflow and the other one is the prompt. So these two tools, both the add-on or both the extension and the prompt generator, will work for the prompts. For the actual workflow itself, typically ChatGPT has a feature now that is the upgrade plus. The upgrade plus will help with your workflow if you want to pay for it. It's actually $20 a month, and many times when you're using ChatGPT, you find out that there is almost a jam, some sort of kind of traffic jam, because of the fact that a lot of people are using it at specific times, and you can never get your prompt answered, and it will tell you to come back in some time. To avoid this, you are able to get ChatGPT Plus, but just in case you don't want that, there is another way you can do this, and it's called ChatGPT Playground. Now, this is ChatGPT Playground. The difference with this is that you can actually subscribe to this, which I do, and it bills you not monthly, but it bills you on only what you use. As you can see, it does not have the ability to utilize the actual extension, but nonetheless, you have these features by which you can actually utilize different engines, because ChatGPT is run on several engines. So if you look to the right here, you can see the different kind of engines you can use, and these engines, or this, for the lack of a better word, search different types of search engines are priced differently. You can also use different kinds of information here. So you can say, you can share, and you can save, and you can load presets, and summarize for a second grader. So these presets are very similar to what you saw in the other add-on, but they're not as robust. So for example, if you say summarize for a second grader, you put anything in there, you can summarize it for a second grader. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the sun. So you can actually change how the output is. This is one way. The second way is, I'm going to leave a link for a course that is available on how to optimize the utility of ChatGPT. Now, I have to say this is a paid course, but it's not particularly expensive. There'll be a link down below. You can click on it and you can have a look at what features it contains. It gives you an indication of some of the best ways to use ChatGPT, and it will organize your ability to create a workflow that will give you the best options irrespective of what area you are or what type of work you do with the platform. So these are the methods that will help you utilize ChatGPT better. The prompts and the alternative to using the plus when ChatGPT goes down. Remember, this idea using ChatGPT Playground is basically you don't have to subscribe. I just subscribe because I use it quite a bit, and sometimes I want to be able to work quicker and have options. So I would say to you, you don't have to subscribe. You can just come here and you can just put in your information if and when ChatGPT is actually clogged up next time. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please click on the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, either which way. It's interactive and it works. And if you have any questions, please leave comments down below. Thank you.